All right. Welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show, News Break. And I am your host, beatzillapdx officially. And this is going to be real quick. We just have something to touch on here. Uh, Looks like Sage Steele is at it again. Sage Steele has found her opportunity after being kind of excommunicated among the black anchors at CNN, and she complained about that and ended up suing for being for discrimination, nonetheless. But she was literally suing for not being well. I think in part suing because, and we knew that this was her gripe because there was a uh, like dealing with black issues at the time of like the protest and whatnot. And she felt that she was being left out. But if anybody knows Sage Steele's position on blackness, she's anti-black person. So nobody chose her because she's a staunch coon. But with that being said, now with the emergence of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and the WNBA kind of taking center stage, um, we are seeing, a few people's different reactions. Understand, we know, and definitely have talked about it on this broadcast about the issue of image and how they're making sure that they control image. So the media, because think about what we have always heard in our community over the years about marketability. And we've always heard about marketability. So when Sonny Holston came out on The View and mentioned something about, well, she used the word pretty privilege, but and to that to a certain degree, there is a pretty privilege. And for Caitlin Clark is an honorary pretty girl in this sense because she's a white girl in a black woman dominated space. So there is a certain privilege that comes there, for lack of a better term, I guess you could kind of put it pretty privileged in Caitlin Clark's case. Not necessarily pertaining to her actual appearance, but more of an honorary sense because she is a heterosexual white woman playing in a very heavy black woman dominated league. And of course, we also know that there is a lot of alternative lifestyle women in the WNBA as well. So, with that being said, Sage still felt that this was her time to go ahead and maybe get some eyes and ears and views her way, as awkward as she is. And so she definitely tried it. And so, first, let me play you what she is going to respond to when with Sunny Holston and the View. So let me play that audio for you real quick.
That there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay. Not because she was black, but because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
This is part of my point. So now, Caitlin Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive. And unfortunately, there still is that stigma of against the LGBTQ plus community.
And she's correct. And when she says the pretty part, I guess that's debatable on your, for your own interpretation. Me myself, I wouldn't necessarily classify that. Um, Not that I'm the best person in the world to judge the beauty of the Europeans, but um, you know, that's neither here nor there. Um, but with that being said, let's hear what Sage Steele had to say about this whole situation.
Hey guys, I wanted to jump on real quick because I think the situation surrounding Caitlin Clark is pathetic. It has nothing to do with what's happening on the court. Those veterans, those women are coming after Caitlin Clark as they should. She's the number one overall
Wow.
draft pick. They should come after her. They do it in the NBA. They did it with Kobe Bryant
Mm-hmm.
and LeBron James and everybody. Why wouldn't they do that with
Michael
Caitlin
Jordan,
Clark?
too.
They do it in the NFL. They do it in the NHL and Major League Baseball, too. That's how it should be done. And I guarantee you, Caitlin Clark knew that was coming her way. And I also guarantee you that she welcomed it. She's tough as nails. Bring it on is what I'm sure she said. That's fine. What's pathetic in my mind is what's happening on the outside. When people like Sunny Hostin and Jamel Hill come after Caitlin Clark and say that she's only benefiting
But they
because she's
didn't.
white and because she's not a lesbian, that's why she's getting paid, that's why she's getting favorable treatment. Would you guys stop? You know better. Or maybe you don't, because it seems like making sure the race card continues to be played, make sure that you stay relevant. But why would you do that? It's fascinating, though, because if I think about the transgender sports issue, too, people like that, women like that, have been silent when it comes to transgender women, biological men trying to take part and successfully taking part in women's and girls' sports. You've been silent on that. What happened to being pro-woman? You're silent with that, but now you're going to cut down 22-year-old Caitlin Clark, who has single-handedly changed the game, brought in millions of other young fans, old fans. How about the ratings in college basketball for her? Record ratings. And now, in her very short WNBA career, shattering records. Isn't that a win for everybody? Yes, black players too, regardless of race, regardless of who they choose to sleep with. Like, what are we doing and why? Please stop. Let's celebrate Caitlin Clark, celebrate her greatness, celebrate her courage to keep pushing through against people like you. Caitlin Clark, you go, girl. Don't listen to these people. Keep going strong. Most of us are normal and have your back.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call total crap and cap. And the reason being is, how many of y'all remember the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight? Which Conor McGregor representing Ireland and whatnot, and of course, Floyd Mayweather representing America. You would assume that all of the Americans would have been showing up to Las Vegas to represent America. And if you guys remember, Brother Tariq Nasheed was at the fight. He was literally one of the very few people with an American flag in that fight. And I guarantee you, majority of those people in that arena were not from Ireland. But because they had a white person that they could root for over the black American, they forego their allegiance to America to represent the United States of whiteness. And so all of these American flag wavers and everybody's faces and proud patriots were all out here waving and draped in Irish flags just to see Floyd Mayweather lose. So when we talk about, oh, it's about race and it's this, what do you think that was about? So if that same energy that was against Floyd Mayweather, see, here's the one thing everybody wants to forget, and I guess that's the huge part of it. The reason why Caitlin Clark is so popular is because they wanted to see her beat Angel Reese. They never got over the Angel Reese piece. See what I did there? So the issue is with people like with Sunny Holston. Sunny is not really probably the best person to articulate this because she always has to soft shoe it. Jamel Hill maybe be a little better of a person to kind of speak on this. Nonetheless, neither one of them ladies went after Caitlin Clark. Them, like myself and like many others, and even other WNBA players, nobody has taken personal shots at Caitlin Clark. The continuous point is about the media, corporate marketing, and the anti-black fans that now call themselves fans because they have a white person to root for. This is nothing new in American sports. So now how everybody's trying to act as this whole type of thing is brand new is absolute hogwash. And they know it is because at the end of the day, Go back to Jack Johnson. These people have long been anti-black and just can't wait to see a black person fall. Can't wait to see where we're gonna wait. See this big black dude, and he's gonna get his finally. I mean, just understand how many different people Americans have gotten behind just to watch them beat Floyd Mayweather, which had never happened, of course. But watch, because him being the greatest was just too much for them to accept. And another thing about that, look at the Rocky Marciano part of it. Rocky Marciano, you know good and well that the mafia was fixing his fights. These people still run around and tell you that Rocky Marciano was the greatest ever, knowing that he had padded fights and the padded stats. But that doesn't matter. So they'll go ahead and just still make him a hero. This is how desperate these people are to have the great white hope, because sports is the one place to where black dominance is evident, because you can't fake the funk in sports. You can force feed a player, and you can put them in position to make sure that their stats are padded. Indiana Fever right now is losing because the league wants to see the ball in the game go through Caitlin Clark. So they're losing because they are doing what the team is not built to do. So again, showing you how it's about image and using that image for marketability, and then turn around and say how these black women aren't marketable. And to say that Angel Reese and Rakia and all of these other sisters, I mean, truth be told, if you really wanted to pump a white woman in the WNBA, it probably should be Cameron Brink. But they're not doing that either. So to sit up here and act like we don't see what we see about the mainstream media, the corporate marketing executive sector, and the WNBA and all of their backers who want to see a certain image, same as the NBA. I would say the NBA also has to play a part in there because they're a huge part of the WNBA. So now, if y'all think that there is somebody more marketable than the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza right now, so there's probably going to be a lot of people upset. But again, Sage Steele, doing what Sage Steele does, chuck and jive for the system and the powers that be and the status quo. She tried to then turn what Sonny said and what Jamel Hill said. And Jamel Hill was very clear about what she meant in her tweet as well. So everybody has been talking about the exact same thing. No one is taking personal attacks at Caitlin Clark. That absolutely has not happened on any medium, to be quite honest. So it's these people that they want to point it as beating up on Caitlin Clark to get away from the huge elephant in the room, which is mainstream anti-blackness. And they just can't. Again, this is just where the truth comes out at. So for Sage Steele, not like we already did know, but yeah, you get one of these.
Sambo, Sambo, Sambo.
And for those of you who always will try to make what we say something else, well, understand we are fully well aware of what we are up against, especially when it comes down to propaganda wars. So with that being said, I just have to tell y'all, with this whole Caitlin Clark and all y'all anti-black fans, we gonna dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you and yours. Thank you for tuning into this news break. Just wanted to come and touch on this little subject real quick because Sage still does it again. And with people around us like Sage Steele, you can already kind of expect where she's going to always be with it. Um, she has always had an issue with her blackness, and she relishes in the white side of herself. So let her do that. And with that being said, for her and all the other tethers, hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed, family. So you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. And all the rest you already know. So if y'all would like to support this channel, you can do so. Make sure you like and subscribe um, to this channel. You can become a member if you have not already, and make sure you hit that like button, that notification bell. Hit the word like or all. Sorry, hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded or premiering, like this one here. So with that being said, y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Peace.